Today we're going to visit BerlinStartupOffices.com. Hi Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So tell me, what does BerlinStartupOffices.com do?
Berlin Startup Offices is a marketplace where startups can rent out and find offices. And it's especially for startups because they all want to be in the same locations and they want to have other startups around. And when we were looking for an office ourselves, we thought that there's no easy way to do that, and then we started the site.
Ah, cool. So you saw a need and you decided to fill it based on your previous experience.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
And so can people rent just like an office, or can they also just rent a co-working space too, like a desk?
Yeah, it's desk, rooms, and whole offices, and they don't rent it from us. We're just the marketplace, the site where you list it, and then the other startups or other companies who have free space, you rent from them.
When did you start up the startup then?
In March of this year, 2015.
Cool. And so what would you say has been one of the lessons that you've learned?
One of the lessons was definitely that you should not spend too much time and arguments on things that don't matter. Because a lot of things that you're thinking about, worrying about, arguing about, it just doesn't matter.
Or who inspires you personally?
I think it's not like one person, but it's a lot of different people, and it just, you read a lot of blog posts or books or video interviews, and you see other founders, or also people who are not founders, and and you just see a lot of small things, that they say, how they do things, what they did, that you like and that you find interesting, and I think. It's just a lot of people who do a lot of work, put a lot of work into showing other people, how to do things, what they did.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So tell me, are you from Berlin?
Yeah, actually I'm from Berlin. Yeah, it's not so often that you find people in Berlin.
Cool. So why did you decide to set up shop here?
Actually, it's quite simple. First of all, we love the city, and I've been grown up here, so I have a connection to the city. And secondly, I think that startups especially move very fast in Berlin. It's the fastest growing startup city, and that's, I think, why we are at the right spot.
And so you started this company, from what I heard, in March of this year, right? 2015.
Exactly. Yes.
So what would you say is your next big milestone that you want to achieve?
Well, I think first of all we have to be 100% Berlin, own the city, and then we're going to the next big startup cities, which would be might be London, maybe also going to the US or Tel Aviv. There are some options.
Ah, cool. Okay, that's great. And Brussels maybe, because I come from Brussels, so.
Maybe. Let's see.
Cool. And what would you say is the thing that you're the most proud of so far?
Actually, I'm proud of our failures that we did before with other projects, and that we learned from them, and I feel like they give us support in this project as well.
Okay. Cool. And as a serial entrepreneur then, what would you say to somebody that is just starting up their company or is thinking about starting up something? What advice would you give them?
Well, actually, what I experienced most is that people have an idea and they start building before thinking. And I think what I really love in other startups is that they analyze first and think first, and then become big, and then build. And that's my advice: think before you build.
Okay, well, that's great. Thank you very much for taking the time to meet you, and all the best.